Monday, we reported a group of Stewartville residents is trying to get ahead of potential property price increases, saying it could disrupt families and even the operations of surrounding businesses. KIMT News 3's Sananda McCall joins us now in the studio after speaking with both the owners of the property and concerned residents. So Sananda, first of all, where is this property?
Hey Cami, this property is located in Stewartville, and residents of the Southern Hills community on the north end of Stewartville say their concerns began brewing after ownership of the Southern Hills changed from Sun Communities Incorporated to Haven Park Communities on July 19th of this year. So here's a recap and an update.
I'm worried about my poor neighbors. It was supposed to be their forever home. This was the last place they were going.
Stewartville's Southern Hills Mobile Home Park residents say they are worried about the future of its nearly 450 neighbors after this email from management was sent out, indicating that the current market rent for anyone buying a Southern Hills home following the date of its new ownership would now be at an increase of just over 70% at $895, rather than the number that many have been grandfathered into at $514. And even with that number, some are just getting by.
It's always been around $25 to $40, but this one will be 74% of an increase. It's a lot easier to adjust to it in those little increments.
The ones that we're more worried about are, like disabled and on a fixed income.
The new owner of the property, Utah-based Haven Park Communities, states its mission is to provide attainable homes to its residents. However, its operations of other properties have been met with some backlash, resulting in the Facebook group Stop Haven Park, where tenants discuss their concerns and rights with an attorney in hopes to, quote, stand up against Haven Park.
We feel very stuck. We can't get out of our homes because in order for me to sell my home, I would have to sell it at such a significantly low rate so that somebody else could buy it and still afford the mortgage on it with the lot rent. I'm definitely worried that a lot of our population here is going to have to leave right away.
Haven Park Communities shared this statement with me, which reads in part, quote, Haven Park is thrilled to be a part of the Southern Hills community. We have plans to make the community even more enjoyable for residents and visitors with new landscaping, pool repairs, road and infrastructure improvements, as well as new signage that will add to the beauty and accessibility of Southern Hills. Southern Hills' community managers will soon be sharing the news about our improvement projects in a formal letter to residents that also addresses concerns about rumored rent increases for existing residents, end quote.
How about you put the money in before you start raising us out?
As far as the concern as to if rates could change during current contracts, residents are protected by law. The Minnesota Attorney General's office says manufactured home parks residents must be given a 60 days written notice of any rent increase and cannot increase rent more than twice for each home in 12 months.
We do have high hopes for Haven Park. We really do, and we pray that this is going to be a really good adjustment.
Now today, the Southern Hills management team shared a letter with its residents, including the community improvements, and said it is reviewing factors of its operating costs and says it has not yet issued the planned 2025 annual rent increase. Southern Hills stated the increase amount, however, will be less than 10%. Cami?
All right, so Speaking Out has got the conversation started. The petition became available Sunday with a goal of 200 signatures. That number has been reached, and now a new goal is in place for 500 signatures. And we, of course, will continue to follow this story as it develops.